In today's video, we're going to show you the new Fang LED headlight bezel from Ciro 3D, and we're going to show you how to install it. Welcome back, bikeaholics. Ryan Urlacher here, lawabidingbiker.com. I always thank you, that's right, you, for checking back in. All right, a couple things to note about the Ciro 3D Fang headlight bezel is it comes in black or chrome, and also you can get it in a version with just white running lights, or you can get it with white running lights and amber signals. Now, this is the BATWING fairing version, and it's good 96 and up, and just be aware you can also get one for like the Road Glides, the SHARKNOSE fairing, and I'll link to those in the description below right from the Law Abiding Biker store. And of course, this adds a lot of style to the front of your bike and functionality. You can be seen easier. Also stock, you know, the BATWING fairings, you have a big gap in there where bugs and gunk can get up, and this covers that gap. And like all Ciro 3D products, very easy to install. It's CAN bus, plug and play. And of course, we're going to show you how to do it. So with that said, let's get our hands dirty. But real quick, before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell icon every time those are hit. Another biker joins the revolution. We'd love to have you be part of it. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do to remove the fairing here is just remove the 3 bolts along the windshield trim. That is Ciro lighted windshield trim on there. And so he's going to take out all 3 of those right now. And just moving over to the last one there. And that'll remove that trim. And you can go ahead and get that out of the way. Again, that is Ciro lighted windshield trim, so you saw wires on it there. All right, just going to remove the windshield now. You can just pull that out. And then you're just putting the center bolt back in, just getting it started. That's going to hold the fairing just to make sure it stays in place till we get the rest of the bolts out. Okay, and on the inside of the fairing, 2 Torx 27. There's one at the bottom there that he's going to remove. That's the shorter one. And then there's a longer one. And moving up to the top there. Again, Torx 27. And he'll get that one out of the way, the longer one. All right, and he's just working on the right side there. Again, the same 2 bolts, bottom and top. All right, and now he's just going to take out that last bolt that we left in the top there. That was kind of holding the whole fairing. And he's going to tip it forward and unplug his headlight there. And that's just a push-pull type tab. Okay, and there's just 1 bolt in the bottom there to remove the stock headlight ring there. And you want to make sure and save that because we will reuse it. And then you just spin that left and your stock ring comes off. All right, and there's 4 bolts that hold this whole headlight assembly to the fairing. They're Torx T27. You can see one there. And he's going to move up top. You don't have to mess with any of the others. Those are adjusters to adjust the headlight. This just takes the whole assembly out. And again, we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, and he's just doing the same on the other side. Again, 2 of them there. And just finishing up the last one there. And in your kit comes 2 mounting brackets. You can see how he has them oriented there. One's longer, one's shorter. And that's just because they'll line up with the screws properly. So he'll put the longer one on the right side there, of course. And you see the rubber grommets at the top, they face to the out because there are tabs on the headlight bezel. He's going to line the holes up and he's going to slide the left one into place there. And he's going to start on the left side there where he's reusing the stock screws that we took out there. Just get him finger started, making sure everything's lined up and moving around. And he's going to do the same thing here, lining everything up on the right side and finger start those stock screws. All right, and with a Torx T25, he's just going to start tightening these down. All 4 of them. Just make sure not to over tighten them. And just finishing up that last one there. All right, we're using some rubbing alcohol. You could use Windex, whatever. We're just going to clean the ring around the headlight there because we're actually going to put some sticky foam on here in a minute. All right, and he's got a sticky foam there, and you just peel the backing off of it. And that's going to go all the way around the headlight ring there, just lining it up as he goes. And you can see he's just finishing up there, getting that all into place. And just real quick, as you can imagine, a lot of expenses and effort go into keeping this channel going strong. There's a way you can support us by becoming a patron member. I will link to it in the description below. Of course, for signing up, there are benefits such as t-shirts and stickers, the private Facebook group, which is a troll-free zone. You get access to podcasts early, live video broadcasts, and chat, up to premium videos up on request, and of course, access to those ride meetup and events. All right, let's get back into your video. Okay, we've got the Fang headlight bezel there, and of course there's wires on it. We're going to run those up through the gap behind the headlight and into the inside of the fairing. You can just pull those through, once you run the wires, you can see that the tabs are up front there. He's going to pop those into those rubber grommets. So with a little pressure, that pops it into place. And just make sure none of your wires are being pinched. Pull them all the way through there. All right, and you're just putting that bolt that we saved with the Phillips screwdriver back in the bottom there, making sure not to over tighten. All right, and he's going to remove the left signal. There's one at the bottom. It's a 1/2 inch socket. And moving up one at the top there, because we're going to have to access behind it and get at the wire to add an adapter. We'll show you that. And that releases it. And there's a wire on there. All right, and he's going to pull that wire through. And then it's just got a little push-pull. You push the tab and pull it apart. Okay, and so he's going to pull that through where we disconnected it. That's the signal wire there, so we can have access to it. And then he's going to take his adapter that came in the kit. You can see the adapter there. He's going to add that to it. Okay, so you can see the new adapter has 2 plugs on it. The first one there, the short one, is going to go back through the hole for the stock signal. He's going to feed that through. And the other plug will go to the new Fang headlight bezel. And now we can plug the signal back in. It only goes one way, and you heard it click into place there. Feed that wire through. And then you can place that signal back over the 2 bolts there. Okay, and with his 2 nuts there, you can start finger threading those back on, top and bottom. And with his 1/2 inch socket, he's going to go ahead and snug them down. And of course, he's going to do the same thing on the right side of the bike here. Same exact procedures. And he's got his adapter on there. Of course, he's feeding this small, short one through the signal hole there, just like the other side. All right, and he's just finishing up on the right side here. Of course, plugging that back into the new Y adapter, just like the other side. And he'll get that back in place. All right, and so these are your 2 plugs, of course, off that Y adapter that we put on. And he's going to plug those in to the corresponding ones. Make sure you put right to right and left to left. And you can see those only go one way, and they just click into place. And now that Fang headlight bezel is hooked up. And of course, he's going to go back in with his headlight plug, whatever kind of headlight you're running. All right, he's going to rock his fairing back into place there. Start at the bottom, make sure the tabs are in there. And then he'll start that top center bolt to hold the fairing. All right, and back on the inside of the fairing here, we haven't tightened anything. We're just finger starting everything. Short one in the bottom, long bolt in the top. We'll come back around at the end and tighten it all down. That gives us a little flexibility to get things lined up. And just doing the same thing on the right side here, getting them lined up. Just going to slide his windshield back into place here. He took that center bolt out so he can get it in there. And he's putting his trim back on there. Of course, using that center bolt. That's Ciro lighted windshield trim in the law-abiding biker store, of course. You may or may not have that. But to just get everything finger started for now. All right, and with his T27, just going to start tightening things down. Don't over tighten these. You don't want to strip them out. And just finishing up with the last one there. And he's just finishing up. He'll tighten everything down now with his T27 there. The inside bolts, top and bottom. And just finishing up on the right side there. All right, and there is the Ciro 3D Fang headlight bezel installed. This is the model with the turn signals, as you can see. And it's a great addition to your Fang signal inserts. All available, of course, in the law-abiding biker store. Link in the description below. And your journey's not done on the channel. I'm going to pop a couple of videos on the screen for you here. Hopefully something useful or entertaining. Heck, maybe both. At any rate, make sure you get out there and ride every chance you get, Bikeaholics. Peace.